Then you say a really big thing that I'd like to talk about. The Not for nothing, but there is a major reason why the majority of the U.S. military votes conservatively. They understand the fight it takes to protect people and their country. Hold up. All right. I'm not in the military, obviously. I know people in the military. I mean, I don't think I can speak for the military, but I'd like to try to. And I want to say that the major reason why the majority of the U.S. military votes Republican is because they like war. That's why a lot of them, that's why most of them are in the army, because they like war. I mean, some people don't know what else to do with themselves. Some people, I mean, there's all kinds of other reasons, but a lot of them like war. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, some of our greatest presidents like war a lot. I mean, Teddy Roosevelt, he was a total war hawk, just like John McCain. But right now, I mean, the wars that we pick are really, they really have to be careful. I mean, a while ago you could just say, we have to fight the Germans, period. I mean, that's not it right now. I mean, we have to fight in the Middle East, but we have to find these terrorists, basically. And Iraq is not the place to do that. And that's why we want to give up on Iraq. That's what we're doing, giving up. Because people are just dying just to create more terrorists in Iraq. I mean, it's a total breeding ground for terrorists. Totally. We want to go to Afghanistan and find Osama bin Laden and finally get rid of him. We want to kill him. And Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. And we want to make sure that Iran doesn't get nuclear weapons. We don't want to waste our time in Iraq. Iraq, I mean, they even have a surplus, too. They have a total budget surplus, millions of dollars. They can try to support themselves. All right. Yeah, I think that the major reason that the majority of the military votes conservatively is because they like war. It's not really anything to do to protect people and their country. I mean, obviously, we want to protect people in their country. Everybody does, but that doesn't mean voting conservatively. Understanding that fight, that means voting. Period. Not conservatively. I think. What do the conservatives do? Want to protect our rights? They want to go into Iraq and kill Saddam Hussein just to make Bush's dad happy. I mean, seriously, is that protecting our rights? Is that understanding the fight it takes to protect our rights and our country? That's not protecting our country, really. That's making Iraq into a breeding ground for terrorists. I mean, obviously, Saddam Hussein was a terrible guy. He needed to be removed from power. But that was not our major concern then. That was not at all. Osama bin Laden, it still is. All right. You say a year after 9/11, the vast majority of the country was going to war. That is not true. The vast majority, I mean, there was a majority, obviously, that's why we went, but not the vast majority. I mean, my parents were against it. I mean, all the kids I talked to there back then, I mean, I was really young, I really didn't understand what's going on, but all the kids I talked to, their parents were against it, so they were too. I mean, that's how you are when you're little. You're forced exactly with what your parents. Um, yeah, there was definitely a terrible misunderstanding in the whole Middle East. Not the whole Middle East, I think mostly Iraq. Um, we are really not succeeding now. That's the problem I have with what you say. We are slowly making progress. All right, in what sense? In that we have a democracy where the president gets murdered every other week. I mean, seriously, that's not really success. I mean, Saddam Hussein. I hate to say this, but Saddam Hussein kept peace in Iraq. He really did. I mean, through terror, of course, but he kept peace. And we destroyed that peacekeeper, and now it's just a bunch of groups of Muslims, most of the Sunnis and the Shiites, going at each other, trying to destroy each other. And we're kind of right there in the middle, getting killed too. Trying to set up a democracy, which most of them don't really seem to want. I guess some of them do, but some of them don't. It's a really big problem. I think it really all goes back to the British, who were idiots, setting up this country of three different groups. It's a terrible idea. I think that Iraq needs to be three different countries, and that's what it's going to end up being, and that's what it should be now. We can't try to unify it. There's too much, and the Muslims can't understand each other. They just can't. They can't unify. It's not possible. It doesn't seem possible, at least. All right, you say it was sanctioned by the United Nations. Yeah, I don't understand that. I couldn't understand that. My parents couldn't understand that. I mean, Tony Blair. I mean, he was an idiot. Why would he support President Bush? Got him into some trouble. I mean, he's not really in the picture anymore, is he? That much at least. I haven't heard about him. United Nations, that was a really dumb idea for them to support President Bush. I don't understand why they did. It is true, no terrorist attacks have been on U.S. soil, but I'm sure they're planning quite a few. They're all regrouping down in Afghanistan in the hills to make some more attacks. All right, and then you get into a total different argument, and this might take a while longer. You're talking about, let me quote you, I want to keep the money I earn, not let some of it go to someone who is too lazy to get a job or is an illegal immigrant. Don't even talk about So no more illegal immigrants. You were all illegal immigrants invading the Native Americans. I mean, illegal immigrants sort of run this country. Yeah, I don't support them coming in, but I mean, they're here. A lot of the big argument that I've been arguing with a lot of Republicans is they don't want to send their money to guys that are sitting on their asses collecting healthcare checks so they don't have to work. They're getting paid not to work. That's true in some of the cases, but not many. They're getting paid so that they can get on their feet and work in the American dream, basically. I don't want to sound like too much like a politician, but that's what they're doing. These people, they didn't have the same opportunities as we had, most of us, I think. If you have a computer on YouTube, they didn't have the same opportunities as we do. I don't know, maybe they didn't have a good education. Maybe their parents didn't care about their education. Maybe their parents didn't care about them. Maybe their parents weren't in the picture at all. I mean, so many problems that could happen to explain why the people have problems and they can't get on their feet without some help. Yeah, maybe some of them have problems, emotional, mental, physical, all that would stop them from being able to, work well. Yeah, so I actually did talk to someone that really works with helping the poor, helping them get back on their feet. And he was commenting on some of my videos. I was talking to him. He explained to me that, not to me, he explained to someone he was arguing with that really, I mean, he works with these poor people, and really, almost all of them, they really do want to get off their feet. They're not just sitting around collecting welfare checks. I mean, they really do just want a little bit of money so that they can get themselves, out of the hole they've been digging. And I just wanted to say that because I think it's important that you don't just stereotype all poor people by saying that they just sit on their asses all day and they're too lazy to work. I mean, that's not true. They didn't have the opportunities that we have for education and other things, and they don't have the same abilities as we do. Anyway, what we're doing is giving them a little bit of money to get them off their feet. And it's not the other poor or the middle class way that's giving them money. It's the rich that are giving them money. Because the rich are the ones that can support them. They have the money. They're able to. So they should be helping. And that's why Obama supports taxing the rich. Now you're going to argue, well, the rich create the jobs in this country. Not totally true. 98% of the jobs in this country are created by small, not like medium small business owners. And those small business owners aren't making more than $250,000 a year. Their businesses aren't making more than $250,000 a year. I mean, Joe's Tavern, Joe Sixpack's Tavern down by the street, the ice cream parlor down there, pizza parlor. I mean, those businesses are tiny little people with like 1 or 2 employees. I mean, they're not making more than $250,000. And if they are, then they have enough money to be able to support these poor people. Okay. Yeah, you say, where is the fairness in that? And I just explained it. The fairness is that we're helping the rest of America because we're America. In history class, we're learning about the Shi Huangdi dynasty, and unlike China, where Shi Huangdi believed that all people are bad and that they're only motivated by self-interest, and so they had to be really mean to them, we believe that people are good and that they can do bad things. So we're going to help other people. Unlike what Shi Huangdi thought that we couldn't do, we can. We're America. We're the greatest country in the world. We can help other people. We are able to do it. Unlike in Shi Huangdi's China, where he thought it was impossible for people to help others. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, I think it is. All right. I'd like a response to the message. Well, here it is. Please argue with me more. I'd like to argue. Again, the deadline's coming up. I'm trying to get in all my videos. See ya.